Oh dear. There's the sound. There's the sound. My bad. My bad. My bad, people. My bad. So to start all over again then, good morning, everybody from the UK. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. We've got a few comments here already. No. The sound is working now. The sound is working. Yeah. Oh dear. There's the sound. Okay. We're good. All right. Throw me some comments. Throw some comments in. Let's get some comments in before the show starts. Yeah. Wait for a few more people to jump in and then we can crack on. There's only 9 people here. Let's get some more people in. Keep the comments coming. I love seeing the comments. How is everybody doing? All right, we'll start from the very, very beginning. So, Phil, it's fantastic to see you, Phil. That's what I was trying to say earlier on before I didn't have my mic switched on. It's great to see you, Phil. Adenzo, I was asking, are you new to the show? Because I've not seen you before, but you say T minus 8 minutes. Great to see you. Thank you for joining. Elizabeth couldn't be here for the rest of the day, so she says, enjoy the stream, everyone. Catch you tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And David here saying, what's up, peeps? How's it going, David? Good to see you, sir. Oh, another new name here. Aromatic Genetics. No sound, bro. I've never seen you, Aromatics. Leave some more comments. Okay, here we go. Min, great to see you, Min. Min says he's good. Min says good morning from Vietnam. And Jay is from Spain. I love it. We need to get like a board. We need to get a board where we can pin where everybody's from. That would be really cool. Mustafa says, what's next? What's next for Bitcoin? Well, Mustafa, we're still having our coffee right now, my friend. We're still having our coffee. So let's get some more comments in and we'll talk about what's happening next with Bitcoin. CryptoAM will do that for us, okay? Don't worry. Aromatic says, good morning from Cambridge. Local boy, yeah? Local boy. Phil's from Canada. Sam says, Starbucks is better. Yeah, I can't really order Starbucks where I am, bro. I've only got Costa here. Fans of Satoshi says hello. Dubsdorf, it's good to see you again, my friend. I've seen you a couple of times around. Great to see you. Real Underskill, good morning. Good morning to you too, my friend. And finally, we've got Frankie. Is that Frankie de Jong? What's up from Germany? Is that Frankie de Jong? And Mustafa says enjoy the coffee. Right, everyone. I hope you are all doing well today. We've got quite a bit of a show for you guys today. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. Going to be talking about Ethereum. We've got a bit of news today with Dogecoin, things that we just have to know, things that we have to sort of just stay ahead of in order to be fully in sync with the market. Bitcoin is in a really weird place right now. I've got so many reasons to go long. And at the same time, there's so many reasons to go short, depending on what happens next. So I'll tell you what, usually I would break Bitcoin down for you guys, but I'll let my good friend CryptoAM do that. CryptoAM, how are you doing, sir? CryptoAM, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, say hello, CryptoAM. If you're alive, give me some sign of life. You're not muted, my friend. Give me some sign of life. Anyone there? Can we get some comments in to try and wake CryptoAM up? Can we get some likes in to try and wake CryptoAM up? He thinks he's muted, but he's not. Okay, CryptoAM will leave and he'll rejoin. This is crazy. First it happened with CryptoBurb and now it's happening with CryptoAM. All right, I'm going to boot CryptoAM out. He'll rejoin. Really sorry about that, guys, but he'll join in just a second. And you know what? Yeah, just while I've got you guys here, CryptoBurb should be back up tomorrow. Yeah, CryptoBurb should be back on tomorrow, and we'll get a good episode with CryptoBurb tomorrow. He'll be at his desk. He'll be around and whatnot. Don't worry about that. Let me just check on this guy, CryptoAM. Oh, he would have joined by now. All good. Yes, I know there was no sound. There was no sound for CryptoAM. Let me just see some more comments. Jay says, yo, Crypto AM. Wake
Yo,
up, dude.
Trader NJ,
Wake
what's
up,
going
dude,
on?
says JM Gonzalez. Wake up, bro.
I was here all along, just having some mic issues.
Yeah, yeah. You was eating your croissant, bro. Don't lie, man.
You know how it is, bro. You know how it is to start the day.
Job says, Job boss says it's a coffee break for for AM. You know what? I tell you what, Job. I was talking to AM yesterday, and I think I was a little bit gone. It was a really long day, and you know when it's just a really, really long day, and you want to make you just end up making these weird sort of old man dad jokes, right? I was telling Crypto AM, I was here with my head in my hand, and I was like, bro, you should make a podcast and call it Crypto FM. And there was this awkward silence between me and AM because he knew it wasn't funny, but he didn't want to tell me. And I was there looking for validation, and I didn't get it. So just a funny story.
Unfortunately not, no.
Just a funny story because I saw that comment. But a Dark Trader, hello to you. It's great to see you. Thank you for joining the show. Always good to have you here. And POGO says, I'm in. Welcome to the show. Okie dokie. So, Crypto AM, tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself if you don't mind. For these lovely people, they know that I love to bring guests on to give them different perspectives, to give them a broader sort of just to summarize what I'm saying, I want these people to meet my guests because I get to show them that you get to you get to make it in completely different ways. Like not there's not one specific trading style, there's not one specific routine that's going to make you make it. There's no magic pill or secret sauce. Everybody's different, and you're quite new to the game. You've been in the game for what, 2 years now?
Yeah, so hi everyone. Yeah, I'm like NJ said, I'm CryptoAM17. I just recently got involved into crypto actually, just under 2 years now. Um, I actually came across Bitcoin on a Google ad and just decided to ha take an extra look into it. And now, who could have guessed I'm now on a live stream, my first live stream ever. So forgive me if I'm a little bit nervous. This is all new to me,
Guys,
and I haven't looked
sorry to
back.
interrupt. Sorry, no, I gotta say this. Listen, lads and ladies in the chat, we've only got 30 people here, 35 people here, but listen, show some love to Crypto AM for taking the brave step of coming on this live stream. Okay, this is his
You're
first
too
live
kind.
stream, like he just said. Show some love in the comments. If you've got a quick second, drop a comment for Crypto AM, who's going to be charting your altcoins today. He's going to be charting Bitcoin for you guys today. He's going to be doing a lot for you guys, and it is his first stream, so show some love.
Appreciate that, Aromatic. You're good, bro. I mean, yeah. So that's a little bit about me. You know, it's really nice to be here. Really nice to see some great comments popping up on the screen, and hopefully I can be of value to you guys during this hour, however long until NJ kicks me off, and let's take it from there.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, yeah, do you know what? On behalf of the NJ community, we've got a really, really lovely community here. Like what we're growing here. I mean, I tell them every single day. Um, I'm forever grateful for what we're building here. We're building something very, very unique and at the same time very similar to what other communities build. And we're going to try and keep it that way, whether we're at 3K
Mm,
subscribers, 300K subscribers, we're going to try and build a community that work together, that's opinion, that we can share our opinions, we can have comfortable debates in this chat. So you're welcome. Massive, massive, warm welcome to Crypto AM. You can see it in the chat yourself. These guys are
yeah,
loving you.
appreciate that, man. Yeah,
um, I tell you what, are you ready to dive into a bit of Bitcoin? I'm just conscious, like we've been 10 minutes just doing an intro. Let's talk about
yeah. Go
Bitcoin.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do it. Okay, so yeah, so this is my Bitcoin chart. So as we can see, let me just zoom out on the daily here. So I'll just break this down a little bit for you guys. So, this is a level around the 19K, 19,950 that are marked out as SR, and another level here at around 28,500. These are just two levels of SR that, appealed to me when I was breaking Bitcoin down on the daily. And, we zoom in on the 4 hourly here. We can see, we had the big rally upwards all the way up to 68K, and then we just tanked. We tanked all the way down till about 32K, Small rally back up to 48k, where people get really excited, thinking we're going to keep going and smashing the all-time high. And then around 48k, we've just been dumping, and we've been dumping ever since, And then now, oops, I'll just zoom into the 2-hourly here. And currently, for the past for the past about 2 months since June, in my eyes, we've just been trading this range, this macro range of around 28k all the way down to about 17, 18k. So as you can see here, like, this is the range that I've been playing. Not just Bitcoin, along with the other altcoins. Some of you may have seen the charts that I've been posting. Just been trading. If we take this level here, this 23k, which is the August monthly open, we can just see for about a month how price has just been range bound continuously until today, really. Only recently we broke above it, broke back below, little bit of a breakout. Is this a deviation? Who knows? And then a dump back below August mid-range. And now to me, it looks like we're consolidating in this range bound environment around the 21,400 level. I mean, for me personally, I'm not entering a trade. I'm not longing Bitcoin. I'm not shorting Bitcoin at the moment. I'm waiting to see how things pan out over the past few days. From the 18th, 19th of August, around this 10 a.m., we broke back below. And to me, this has literally just been a range bound environment, one like this. I wouldn't be entering into any position, as I marked out here, until we break above the 21,600, 21,700 level.
You know what? That 21,600 level is a ball ache. I mean, that 21,600, I've got the same level marked out. It is such a frustrating level. I mentioned on the show, quite a number of times, even in my Telegram, even in my Twitter, that that 21,600 level was a line in the sand for me. And we've broken below it, and now we're showing bullish price action. I don't know. It's very, very, very choppy. I mean, we are definitely in a downtrend that we can't arguably deny. All the news that we're getting bearish news, on the brink of a recession. But for the intraday trading sort of concept of Bitcoin, I think that 21,600, I think if we can get above it, we should get a good spike. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's personally what I'm looking for as well. Like, I do want to stay bullish, but at the same time, the market, has to allow you to make that decision. If we break a 21,600 like this, we could, range, and then that's when I would enter personally. I would target, the levels, this level here, just because of like liquidity taken around here. So 22,600 and then 23,300. I mean, if we keep going, I would expect a reaction of this trend line. If we break above this trend line, then continue to hold, and that's when only then would I target 28k. Otherwise, we could just keep going, and that could also be a very, very good possibility. At the same time, though, NJ, I gotta say, if we do fail to break this 21,600, it's just not looking good in my opinion. That's something, that I would not rule out. I marked out here back on 13th of July, this gray zone where we had a bit of consolidation, a few wicks. Whoever long this, they're doing well. I mean, don't get greedy. Always remember to take profits, especially in choppy markets like this. But it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Just quickly, what's the situation? So you're saying if we don't break above 21,600, then what's the situation?
If we don't break above 21,600, then I'm looking for more downside. I'd play it short back down to 20,800. And then
yeah, it's not looking good, Bev. It's not looking good.
Yeah, like you said, if we it's not looking good, bro. 2,800, and then I'd play it all the way down, targeting 18,800 as my final TP. But
18,800. So we're going for the full range low.
You never know, but yeah, that's what I'd go for. I'd take profits along the way. This will be my TP1, 28, TP2, 19.7, 19.8, and then
Mm.
the rest I'll let ride down to 19.
$18,000 for Bitcoin. How do I feel about that? I don't know. Let's ask the
Oof.
chat. Let's ask the chat. How do you feel about 18,500?
Are you worried, bruv? Are you worried?
That video
Oh god,
always
I'm
makes me
so
laugh,
sorry,
man.
everyone. I'm so sorry. Sometimes ignore me. AM, take it away, take it away.
No, I mean, it's if it does happen, it's not looking good, like
I mean,
until.
ultimately, we are in a range bound environment. I'm totally open with that. It's just that trend line that you've got marked out there. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's just it just seems a bit too clean, and Bitcoin really just doesn't. Bitcoin doesn't often give us those clean moves,
I mean,
Um,
yeah.
I mean, I'd want to see some sort of hook form. I'd want to see some sort of push up. Maybe not all the way to the trend line. Maybe not all the way to the top. But it doesn't even need to sort of tap the monthly open. But I don't know. I still think that a move to the upside should be in place to at least fill in the shorts. Because how low are we going to go from here? I was talking on my stream yesterday, and I was saying, what would suck if it went to, so you've got like 20k ish, 19k ish marked out as the next range level there. Yeah, around
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Imagine we went there and then we just went back up to the blue level and went back down and went back up and went back
Oh
down.
my God. Oh
Yeah,
no.
man. Yeah.
Oh no, that would be atrocious, man.
It
That
would
was.
it would be quite silly. Yeah, it would be quite silly. But I think we've got, is it GDP that we've got tomorrow? Let me have a look.
Yeah, I think it is the GDP tomorrow.
GDP tomorrow.
I
So
mean,
a lot of people are saying that GDP will probably have an effect, because obviously we know that the dollar is correlated with the Euro USD, it's the inverse, and we know that the inverse of the dollar is also GBP USD. So if is it GDP? Hold on. So tomorrow it is. We haven't got GDP tomorrow. Who's telling fibs? Someone's telling fibs. We haven't got GDP tomorrow. And also, oh no, we have German euro for the euro. All right, so we've got GDP in Europe. So that's going to affect the euro. But if it does come out positive and it affects the euro, then in a positive way, then obviously the dollar should naturally pull back because
yeah,
the
yeah.
euro is taking more precedent. We've got FOMC on Friday as well. Not
Mm.
FOMC. Sorry, I'm chatting so much rubbish today. This coffee is not hitting me no matter what I do. We've got a Fed Chairman Powell. So Jerome Powell is going to be speaking on Friday. I wonder what effect that could have on the market. I wonder what that
Yeah.
effect could have.
I
Because every
mean,
time he comes out, he just chats bearish stuff.
I know. So expect about high volatility towards the end of the week. So if whoever is in a long or in a short at the moment, make sure you take profits. Make sure you don't play around with your invalidation. Don't keep moving your stop losses. Have a plan. Stick with it. And hopefully take some profits along the way.
How did you do it? Because I remember a couple of years ago when we were talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and trading view and whatever, you didn't understand anything. And now I'm looking at you today and you're charting on my show and you're talking to these lovely people about Bitcoin and Ethereum. You're talking about support and resistance. Is there anything that you could give these guys in terms of, what your learning was?
Perseverance. You have to have perseverance. You need to have conviction. You need to. I learned from one of the best, like SC's videos. I learned from you yourself, NJ. Like it's you just have to cement the basics. Make sure you're practicing. Make sure you're charting on a daily basis, different time frames, and then eventually, slowly, where it used to take me like an hour to chart, now it takes me about maybe 5-10 minutes. And that only comes with practice. That only comes with time. And without it, if anyone tells you just jump in and you long BTC 100x leverage, you're just going to get wrecked. There's no other way around it.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man. I really like the way that you said that. I'm always telling these people as well, you get the personalities that say you're never going to make it. And then you get personalities like me that say, look, don't give up. Like, if I can do
Yeah,
it, why
100.
can't everybody else do it, kind of thing? You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that these people here really, really, really do appreciate what you're saying. Um, So in terms of SC's videos, like, are you talking about his YouTube channel, or like his Twitter and stuff? Have you got your own Twitter?
Yeah, I've got my own Twitter, guys. Follow me. It's literally at CryptoAM17. Any follow will be greatly appreciated. It's all love. I'm just posting charts. I'm just, updates on not only just cryptocurrency and charting and trading. It's about NFTs. I dabble in a bit on that as well. And now more recently, ENS domains. But in terms of Trader SZ, like I follow the guy, his concept videos, all of his Bitcoin for Ledgers videos, Trader XO's videos as well. These guys, they've been there for years. They know the game. They're dedicated. They do this day in, day out. If you're not following them and taking in their free information, then I don't know what to tell you. You're doing it completely wrong. You have to have a solid foundation, a solid starting point. And these guys do it for free. That no one else is going to give you this much alpha for free. So use the resources that are available to you and use them well. Study them, keep practicing, keep persevering, and one day NJ might invite you to on his show. Who knows?
Guys, let me know what you think in the chat. Would you believe it if I told you that this is Crypto AM's first ever live stream? We've got 53 people that have come to listen to myself waffle on and listen to Crypto AM talk about Bitcoin and the market. Can we get a little like spike? We've got 53 people watching and we have 28 likes. Can we get some likes? Let's show
Go
AM
on,
some
guys.
love. Let's show AM some love. And if you're not following Crypto AM17 on Twitter, then I certainly advise that you go over to Twitter and follow him. It's pure charts. There's none of the waffle, none of the nonsense. Crypto AM, I have got a question for you though.
Yes.
If at some point during the stream, maybe once we've covered a few charts, maybe a few altcoins for these lovely people, can I dig into NFTs with you just for a little bit? Because out of everybody
Yeah,
I
of
know,
course.
you seem to be the one person who really seems to understand NFTs from a really sort of different perspective. Like even I don't really understand how you understand NFTs. You look at it from a very
Yeah.
sort of classy, sort of old school perspective, and I'd love to pick your brains a little bit, just to see.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go for it. Yeah, yeah.
definitely. So, do you know what? If you don't mind, let's maybe do a couple more minutes on Bitcoin. Just maybe a quick recap and a quick thought on trading plans, how you'd get on board and stuff, just for these guys, so they have a setup or two, and then maybe we can move on to Ethereum. Maybe we could get some chart requests that come in.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
All right. So while
I
while
mean,
Crypto AM is talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum, drop a few alt requests in. All right. We'll do a couple of altcoin charts as well, maybe 3 or 4. All right. So if you guys are listening in, make sure you like. If you haven't subscribed, bottom right hand corner, please do help us get to 4,000 subscribers. We are well on our way. And of course, send in your altcoin requests that Crypto AM can chart for you, lovely people. All right.
all right. So, with Bitcoin, let's see. If I was going to enter a position here, I'd be looking. Let me just get the. So, if I were to take a long, I would be looking at something like this. So, once we smash above the 21.6, the low would be my invalidation. So, probably around this level here, and I would be targeting this where liquidity was taken here around 22.6 will be my first TP, and then August monthly open. If we get there, I don't know if we get there, but at that moment in time, once we hit TP1, I'd be moving my stops to break even, and then I'd let the less ride. At that point, I'm risk free. I mean, that's what I would do as a long, and on a short basis, I'm not comfortable shorting this. If we do get a short, it would be something, like we'd have to chop here, and then that is what I'd be looking for. So in terms of a short position, that high, if we do make a high, that like a wick here, for example, and then I'd play it back down to range low, which is 28, and then I'd target 19.7. That'll be a 3-hour trade. That would be good. That's not bad for a day. Or for
Agreed.
one of the trades, yeah.
Agreed. So there
yeah.
you go, people. You've got two potential setups here. So Crypto AM says that we are trapped right now tightly within a range, And rather than playing this range,
Yeah.
the best option here would be to look for the breakout play. So either we're breaking out above 21,600 and finding confirmation between 21,600 and 21,800, somewhere between there, or
Yeah.
maybe just because we don't know what the breakout play will be, we'll be closely watching 21,600 for a potential deviation to the downside.
Yeah, I mean, don't rush in, you know, like I'm not a fan of you know, in my eyes, you know, we're on a smaller time frame, you know, we're just range bounding here. I'm not comfortable taking a long or opening a long here or opening a short here, you know, because you know, we had down movement, we had sideways movement, and then we went up, back down, more sideways movement, back up, back down. Now we're what, maybe about the mid range, would you say, NJ? Around here,
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
just
it looks,
eyeball this.
yeah. Looking at it, it's like the mid range.
Oh, sorry. And so yeah, I'm not comfortable opening a position just yet. I would wait for something more like this, come back down and then smash down, or you know what I've got marked up here already, and then go up from there. It's not
You know that consolidation on the left hand side. If you look at so just where your mouse was, so zoom back in and
this
then
side
look up, no, just a bit higher than that,
here.
just a bit lower.
Oh,
This
this one.
one here, you know what I've noticed, that whenever price forms something like that, it usually gets taken out. You know, like that to me, that doesn't
Mm,
scream, that doesn't look like the up move that led to the down move to me. That looks like an easy
just
sort of checkpoint. That consolidation above it, right at the top, that's the one that
this
really
one.
pushed the market down. That's where we broke out of the trend line, right?
Yeah, that is. So yeah, as you can see, like I marked out this trend line here, the orange one, and we can just see here, you know, like we were consolidating for a bit. I had my eyes on it. Are we going to bounce and you know go long from there? No, we didn't. We actually just smashed below it, and as you can see, sorry about it, let me just, yeah, as you can see here, you know, we tried to break down below, we didn't. It was a small retest up, and then we smashed down. So this bit here, to me, I don't really take this into consideration personally. I think if we do go along, that will be an area where I take profits, and then
Me
if
too.
we anything above that is just a bonus in my eyes.
Me too. Me too. I think the same thing. We've got a lovely question here. I'd love to answer this if this is all right with you.
Go ahead.
NG says, "Isn't a range a trader's heaven?" Well, I'd love to. I mean, you can answer this if you want, but I'd love to take a stab at
Go
this.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
You know what? If we just go to the daily chart real quick, AM, if that's all right with you,
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. 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 Let me just. Yep.
and then if you just double click on the side, just so that we can zoom out a bit, just to get the bigger picture, and then squeeze it in a little bit. Okay, so NG, just to answer your question, right? You say, "Isn't a range a trader's heaven?" That's a fantastic question, and there's a reason why in this particular instance, um, it's not quite the case. So right now, this doesn't look like a range to me. This looks like a trending environment. Okay, we are trending towards the downside. So any sort of range that you want to call is technically so far a consolidation period that leads to further downside. So essentially speaking, if we're going to be looking for moves to the upside or moves to the downside, we have to look for the breakout plays. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while now, you'll know that the first rule that I've got when picking a trade is, what is price trapped within? Find the levels where price is trapped within. Now, if AM zooms into the hourly chart,
Yep.
and if you just double click, yep, double click on the price on the right hand side, yeah, double click on that, yeah, and then you can wiggle it a little bit again if you want to just scroll a little bit. Yeah. So you see what AM's done. You see in the middle of the screen, you see a blue line and you see a black line. AM has found where price is trapped within. Now, in order to get a probability for a wider play, like if you want to make a couple R, you need to look for probability. And if you're looking for probability, then what you need to do is you need to find where price is trapped within and then look for the breakout. Now, this isn't easy to do. This takes years of experience to understand how it works. You're not always going to get it right. You're often going to get it wrong. But that is essentially what AM is doing. We aren't, in
Mm,
fact, in a range-bound environment. We will be. I know we will be very, very soon. Once this thing can find a bottom, right? we will find a range bound environment, and it will be very boring. It will be very opaque. It will take a long time to get from range low to range high, and it will fall into around 12 months of accumulation, in my opinion. But for now, what AM is explaining is what to do, like a conservative trade, you know? Because right now, if
Yeah.
you zoom into that consolidation that we're in right now, AM, right?
Yeah.
You tell me, NG, where do you put your, if you want to get on board here, where do you put your stop loss? You can only buy the bottom, you can only buy the top. Where do you put your stop loss?
That's the thing. Would you put it here, just below there? Would you put it here? It's, it's not clear for me, you know.
Agreed.
It's not clear.
Whereas,
You're just
whereas
risking.
from here, right? If we mark out a mid range in between that consolidation, just eyeball it the way you did before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so from there,
So,
if we mark out a little mid range, okay. Now, if we was to break above the 21,600 level and we were showing signs that we were holding, look at the arguments that we have. The arguments that we have is we have a clean invalidation. You can have a
mm,
stop below the blue level. You
something
can have
around
a
here.
hard stop below the mid range. We've got a liquidity gap just right on the left there, or whatever you want to call it, fair value gap, whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it, but it's a gap essentially on the left.
hmm
And we've got a clear target as well. So we have to play the breakout in order to sort of have an understanding. And the same thing applies to the downside. If we're to break below the downside, then whatever deviation it's making right now, we're creating an invalidation. So I hope that answers that question. It was a really good question. I like it when good questions come into the chat.
Yeah, that was a nice question. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that invalidation is not clear. If I enter now, I'm just risking losing capital, and that's the last thing that you want to do. You don't want to return any of your capital back to the markets. You don't want to give anything back. You want to preserve as much capital as you can, and you want to wait for the clear opportunities. You know,
So
last
AM,
week.
you see, David here is saying, I think he's answering the question where we say, where would you put your stop loss? So he says 20,650 for the stop loss. Now, why would that not be good? Like if I was to take a long from here, right?
Yeah,
Why
let me
would
just mark
I,
it up,
if I took a long from here and I put my stop loss at 20,650? Yeah.
which is around here.
Yeah. I see what David's doing. It's not wrong. And there's no harm in it. But why would that not be good in terms of risk to reward?
I mean, look, let's just look at the R. You know, if you were to enter here and your stop loss is around there, look, you're only making about 1.5 R. It's the risk of you losing so much capital on an uncertain trade for me is not worth it.
And the
You
thing
know,
is, as well, just to add to that as well, well said, AM, by the way, just to add to that as well, like we've got a clear TP1 there as well. Now, the TP1 is kind of where you want to make sure that you're getting as close to 1R as possible. So in David's case, if we could just put that long scenario back up, if you don't mind, just from
yeah,
where we are now, if you could just scroll the TP range, scroll the TP range down to TP1, if you don't mind. All the way down. No, not all the way down to the blue level. Yeah. So that we're looking at 0.27R. So let's say, David, as an example, right? I'll bring your comment back up there, David. If we was to take a long from here and we started breaking down from TP1, number one, we will have only made around 0.27R, which it's not very good for price at all in terms of what you're willing to risk and what you're willing to make. Let's say, for instance, you put $1,000 on the table and you're saying, if I get stopped out, I'm going to lose $1,000. And if I win my trade, a 0.27R is going to be, $270. Do you know what I'm saying? But you're risking $1,000. It's not a good gamble, you know? David then comes back and says, actually, I've got an entry at 229.95, TP at 2250. All right, David, never mind, brother. Never mind. You're killing the market in your own way.
Oh, 29.95.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
yeah,
David
yeah.
is doing his
Okay,
thing.
good
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good
All right.
man.
Well, do you know what, David? You are welcome to the NJ community, my friend. You're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. Well done.
Well played,
Well
sir.
played,
Well
well
played.
played. Guys, we've got 64 people watching. Can we get some likes in the show? You know what? Last couple of weeks, yeah, we were getting 100 likes per stream. We're struggling
Mm.
to get 100 likes now, I don't know what it is. The community
Maybe
is
they
so
don't like
good.
me out here.
Nah, they love you, bro. Come on, man. We're going to have to get you back on the show for sure, bro. You're doing great. You're doing great. So what do you think then in terms of Ethereum? Do you think we could move on to Ethereum and have a look there?
Yeah, let's have a look. Oh. So
You might need
with
to refresh.
Ethereum, has that worked or
Yeah, it looks like it has.
yeah? So okay, let me just walk you guys through this. So I don't know if anyone's been following. So I've been posting some Ethereum updates every day or every other day of certain levels that I've been just keeping an eye on. So first of all, this black line out here, if we look out on the daily, it's just a level and an SR level that, you know, I marked out as SR purely because, you know, you have, you know, we broke above it, we we range bound, consolidated, whatever you want to call it. We had a deviation here, smashed all the way up, had a bit of support, tapped it 3 times, and then we just played all the way up, came back down, and then now that one wicked perfectly on that level as support, and then once we smashed below it, to me, we need to reclaim that level in order to be bullish. So if I break this down even a little bit more on the 4-hourly, yeah. So we can see over the past, few weeks, after we smashed below the 1700 level, we kept going all the way down. Whoever played this short, well done to you. And then we were range bound here between, $1,300 and $1,000 for a long period of time until we finally broke back above the 1,300 level. Once we smashed through there, we've kind of, if you want to say, we were in an uptrend, which is why you had this trend line going. But then once we broke this trend line, it's just been tits up, to be honest. And yeah, so now this takes me down on the 2-hourly, which is again similar to Bitcoin. I'm not in any trade at the moment for Ethereum or Bitcoin. I'm personally waiting. So this orange line here, this orange range, this is Monday's range that was 2 days ago, the 22nd. As you can see, since Monday range, we've just been, we've mid-range, range high. We've tapped around the 0.75 level of the Monday range. And to me, some people might, tell me, oh, why did you not enter along when we broke above Monday's range? Well, you could do arguments for it, entering now with an invalidation just there at the 0.75 level. This will be my TP1. And then if we break above there, that will be my TP2, 1800. Is it worth the risk for me? Personally, not. I mean, I still think, I still have a feeling we might break back around Monday's high. If it holds again, then maybe I'd enter. But right now, I'm just staying clear. I'll wait and see. With the volatility of the news coming in during this end of this week.
You know what worries me, bruv? You know what
Yeah.
worries me? I'll just tell you now. This is the only thing that bothers me. Yeah, is if we zoom out a little bit, you see 1700, right? 1700 for me is a massive, massive SR level. Sometimes you see Trader SC or Trader XO or somebody that you respect, right? He'll tweet and he'll say this is key support or key resistance, right?
Yeah.
For me, that's 1700, and I'm not talking on the 2-hourly, bro. I'm talking like daily and above and above. Yeah. 1700 for me is such a big level, and it just bothers me that we're trading below that. It bothers me so much. Like, how do I explain it in a way that can really sort of help you guys understand how much it bothers me that we're trading below 1700 after we've gone above it? Well, to put it into words that you guys will understand,
Big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, Bev. It's not looking good.
and it concerns me, bro. It really, really, really concerns me. It could be a deviation. It could be, I don't
It
know,
could
bro.
be.
I
The
don't
thing
know
is,
if
look,
it is.
we had that bit of a, pushing up to 2K. A lot of people, on Twitter were saying, are we going to keep going? Are we going to keep pushing up? Well, we didn't, that was a perfect opportunity to short. If you want to just throw a rectangular zone around this level here, where we had a little bit of consolidation here, that to me would have been a perfect level to, to place bids for a short, and you would have been in profits, But for me personally, I'm until we break that 1700 level, I'm not looking for a long. It's just not there for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that right now, everything towards 1700. I mean, you see, we've got the same consolidation on the left there, you know, just below the trend line. We've got that
Yeah,
same,
here.
that little area there. It really, really does stand out to me. It looks so weak. It feels like a little man punched you, and you're just waiting for your opportunity to punch him back. It looks so weak. At the same time, we know that 1800 is also a level, a resistance level, and it's a level that XO was speaking about. You know, I think he
Yeah, yeah.
tweeted a couple of weeks ago where he was saying it would be a shame if Ethereum tagged 1800 and was to get below.
Yeah, because that's not looking good then.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
don't know, big man thing. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not
I
looking good,
mean,
bruv.
it's not looking good, bruv. I mean, look, if I had to, if I had to take a long, I'd wait till 1700, and you know, like I marked out here, that would be my entry. Once we've broken above 1700, and then somewhere around here will be my validation. And the moment we hit around 1800, close to 1800, I'd close my trade.
Mm.
But for now, for me, the risk reward for me to enter here just to play up to, you know, $1,750 is just, it's not something that I would do.
You know what it is? Yeah, it looks like a one-to-one trade, but the stop loss doesn't look safe.
It
the stop
doesn't, it doesn't.
the stop loss doesn't look safe. I think to trade it, I think if we was going to trade it from here towards 1700, right? I think we'd need to dig into the 5-15 minute time frames, and even then, yeah, it would need to be maybe even lower. To be honest, AM,
Yeah,
maybe even lower, just because we need proper
a
price
tight
action. You
stop
see,
loss, yeah.
that stop loss, it just doesn't look good to me. The only stop I can see really is 1610, and on the higher time frames, this just doesn't look good.
Yeah, I mean, hard stop what here, 1605, that's maybe a one-to-one. I don't know, it's just, let's just see what that is. It's just not. So this is the trade you're going to be taking, NJ, yeah?
No, I'm not bro. Look, listen, nah.
No, that to me is just not worth. You're risking 3% on a one-to-one. That's just not worth it for me.
Yeah,
Um, if you are for the scalpers, maybe you know maybe put a stop on Monday's high. If you reclaim Monday's high and break back into Monday's range, then you know close the trade. But you know it's just not for me right now. It doesn't look good.
yeah. Okay,
There's
fair
no
enough.
clear confirmation. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I understand. I understand. In terms of Ethereum, it's not looking as clear as Bitcoin is. If I'm really honest with you, but obviously, if you're looking for a long on Ethereum on Bitcoin, sorry, then it sometimes is better to take the actual long itself on Ethereum, just because the rewards are better. But
Mm.
that said, for me, I've got a little range marked out here. I'll quickly share my screen as well. So for me, I've got a little range marked out here, and this is my messy chart for Bitcoin. Weirdly, I've got the same. I think everybody on crypto Twitter has the exact same trend line marked out. So what I've done is the area that you've marked out for your chop. So if you want to just quickly go back to Bitcoin, if you don't mind.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, give me a second. Yep.
Yeah, so if we're looking at your chart here, the squeeze that you've got there where price is trapped, I've got a range marked out there. And within my
Yeah.
range, I'm looking for sort of the same thing. So you can see here we've got resistance, we've got resistance here, and then we've got resistance here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I am leaning towards something like this. Do you know what I'm saying? I am, just because
Yeah.
that would be the fifth tap, uh, especially break above here. Then we're looking like all of this that we've got here is. Do you know what I'm saying? We didn't, if you notice as well, we didn't actually fill it. This wick that we've got right here, this doesn't count as filling this gap. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
can
and then
see
we've
that.
got this
Yeah.
this naughty little consolidation here, which I'm not liking. So, honestly, look, I'm not. I know that we are in a bear market. I know that irrespective of what I'm seeing on this range, price can just sort of do this. I'm aware of that. At the same time, it's like we are pushing up now. We're doing a W, so a double bottom. lower high, lower high.
Mm,
If we can get back above like this and we can hold like this, then I'm expecting higher prices. And you know what? It's not a bad thing when SC is also expecting higher prices as well. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, when that guy tweets, man,
Yeah, big time,
speaks
big
for
time.
itself. Yeah,
You reckon we could do a few altcoins for these guys? So I know that we only got a few altcoin
yeah,
requests, but maybe we could do Link if that's all right with you.
yeah. Sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let me just.
Guys, show some love. Please show some love. Like up the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please do consider subscribing to the channel while AM does Link for you guys.
Okay. Is it showing on your screen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Showing the link. All right. So I had some ranges already mapped out on link. So let me just. Yeah. So as you can see, on I've already marked out, the Jan 21 high. That was a nice price for link to be at, and then I've marked the 22 low, which was the beginning of this year. And since we broke below that, we've just been, oh my God, it looks horrible. So yeah, ever since BTC dumped, it's just taken everything with it. And for me personally, we've just been in this range bound environment, you know, lows of $5, highs of $9. And it's a similar story. You break down, up, down, and then we had a period of it was very, very tight consolidation. And then finally we got a bit of relief all the way back up to 9. And then now we've just broken back below the mid-range on the 4 hourly. I mean, last week I took a long on Link. As you can see here, that was a nice trade. Didn't quite reach my target, but you win some, you lose some. I closed it in some good profits. This was maybe a 3.7 R. I'm happy with that. I'll take that. So as things stand at the moment, again, to me, we're playing in between the 4 hourly range. So this would be the 0.25 and the 0.5 rate level. Again, if I were to take a long here, if BTC doesn't shit the bed, then, similar story, maybe there, and then this will be my TP1, and then this will be my TP2, and that will be my clear invalidation. Another way of looking at it is we can also just, if I just throw a fib level, something like this. I know some people might tell me, you got a bottom here, and then we rallied up, and then we've got another bottom here, and then we rallied up. So if I were to enter along here, this would be my invalidation, and I wouldn't move anywhere below this. And I'll target the highs of 7.35, 7.4 TP, and then I'd wait to see, because we can always just dip back below 7.4, back into the range, or if we keep breaking above, retesting, and then I'd re-enter that. So then that way, you've secured profits. Let's just see. So it's not much. You secured 1.3 R on the first trade, and then if you enter again with it, around here, if you enter again, 7.45, somewhere like that will be my invalidation, and then I'll target this level somewhere around, let's just say somewhere around there. That will be my TP1, 4R. It's not bad. And then, because we had a bit of consolidation around here. So I would wait for price to see, to break above the 7.4 level, and then maybe up until 8. We had a bit of consolidation, so I would be expecting the same. It wouldn't surprise me, if we tap 8 and then we just dump all the way back down again. It's a possibility. So that's something that I'll be looking at for Link. I mean, other scenario that could happen is, we tap 7.4, break back below, and then we just play all the way back down to here, and that would be my perfect opportunity for a short,
Well, do you
somewhere
know
around
what?
here.
Well, do you know what, CryptoAM? I tell you what. let's say for instance the short scenario does go into play, will you be updating these people on Twitter to
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you know, I'm always posting whenever I see opportunities that may pan out in the next day or two or the next couple hours. I'm always posting. I'm always updating. You know, I always let people know when I move my stops, break even, or if I've cut the trade for a small loss. You know, it happens. No one's perfect. Whoever tells you they're perfect, they're lying. So you know, yeah. So yeah, just follow me on Twitter. It's at CryptoAM17. Any followers, likes is always appreciated, and one like goes a long way.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really lovely thing that you've just said. Can we move on to the next altcoin? That was fantastic analysis on Link, my brother. If we can move on to the next altcoin, let's have a look. Let's take AVAX. Let's take AVAX. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works for me. I actually liked AVAX over the past few days.
Oh my
AVAX did
God,
me.
bro, you shorted it, man. What are you doing, bro? Do you believe in crypto or do you not believe in crypto? You shorted it, bro.
I do, but you got to play with what the market gives you. You know, you can't be stuck on one bias. I'm not a moon boy out here. Um, so yeah, similar story with. You got to say it, man. You got to say it. So
Move your
as
watch list out of the way if you don't mind, brother.
yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
yeah.
there we
So
go.
okay, there's a lot of lines here. Just a lot of them are SR. A lot of them are you know monthly opens, and the most important range for me right now is this level here, $34 to $22. I think until we break above $34, I'm not even looking for any, you know, massive long all the way to $90, $100. I think I think we're going to be playing it around the $20, $19 level. You know, so again, as you can
Big
see,
range. That's a massive, massive range. Yeah.
yeah, on the 4 hourly, it is a big range, but you know, I think personally, this was one range, and this was a smaller, tighter range that we just range bounded in, um, until, you know, this was what, last Monday's high, and that was my confirmation of when to take a short. So let's see.
Do you think we could just
So
remove if we could just remove the old short like we you smashed it? Well done on the short.
yeah, I
Um,
haven't updated that yet.
yeah. Where could we get on board now? So if we zoom out just a little bit, right? Just a tiny bit if we zoom out. So I like how you've got your support and resistance flip looks pretty perfect on this chart. So if we was to get on board, what would you say in terms of a long or a short?
Oh, that's a difficult one, but I mean, right now, if you just if you just allow me just to mark out Monday's high, which was probably around, let's just say there. So if I had to, maybe let's see. So I mean, if we want to take a long, or if I had to take a long here, I would be waiting for any confirmation of a break above 23.5, you know, something like that, and then I'll target, you know, I'd be very aggressive here. And that would be my TP.
That looks pretty.
Um,
That looks pretty right to me. I'm actually holding a little bit of AVAX. You know, I've got
are
a couple.
you? Hmm.
Yeah, I've got a couple hundred AVAX that I'm holding. Not much, just a small amount. But I've actually got my TP set for $25, $26 as well. So it kind of lines up pretty perfectly.
Yeah, that's the only long that I can see. Maybe that will take. I mean, if we break above here, this if we break above this level here, 23, and then we just dip back, that would be my confirmation just to play it all the way down, and then this here level will become my validation. So those are the two scenarios that if I had to take a long or a short, those will be the two plays I'll be looking at.
Where do you
I
take
mean,
your trades? Like, you know, are you playing with like leverage and stuff, or do you do futures or something, or where do you take your
yeah,
trades?
I mean, I leverage, but you know, not stupidly leverage. Always, it's not a math. People always seem to think that it's always the leverage that's going to make you money, but in reality, it's all about size. So, you know, the lower your leverage, the bigger your size, the
The
more
higher your
profits you
leverage,
can make.
Yeah, the higher your leverage, the bigger your size, the more profits
Yeah.
you can make, but the more risk as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the bigger the risk, and you'll just get liquidated, and it's just not worth it in my
Mm.
eyes. Slow and steady wins the race. No one's gonna make.
Imran here is saying, why have you got your take profit there if major liquidity is resting at 2750?
Yeah, it is, but I'd just like to secure profits along the way. There's nothing wrong with if hold taking profits and closing your position at 2750. But once I've entered into a trade, I always want to reduce and minimize my risk. I want to make sure I've secured some profits, which will allow me to put it into a next trade and into something a bit more clearer that develops. Like
And ultimately as well, um, I don't actually think the major liquidity is resting above 2750, if I'm honest. The breakout of this down move happened exactly where you've marked it out. That was the
yeah, the
breakout, right?
25. Yeah, that
So
was that was the
if this was an inverse chart, or if this was a if we were playing the breakout and we missed the breakout, then where you've marked out would be a retest, right, for lower prices.
yeah, definitely, yeah. This level here, the 25.
Yeah, for sure, for
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, yeah.
Okie dokie. So let's have a look to see what other altcoin requests we've got. All right, we'll take two more. Let's do Sand, and we'll do FTM, and then we'll move on.
Do sound. Okay. Okay. Again, oh, so many lines. Okay. So again, with sand, similar story here on the 4 hourly. Um, we've been range bound maybe. Let's say let's move that one there. So we hit the lows of 0.7 all the way to 1.5, which is a massive range. And then we were in a slight uptrend market, as you can see with this trend line. We wicked into it, deviated, and then we bounced along quite well, and then we just broke below. That was, I think, last week, which was a good trading week, I think, for a lot of us. And at the moment, if we zoom in slightly on the hourly, yeah, it's a similar story here, NJ. I wouldn't be
Yeah, a lot
entering.
of these altcoins look the same.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really be entering in anything at the moment. Maybe put that into a smaller range. What would I do? I don't know. Nothing clear. I mean, I would personally wait to see how we react off the range high. If we get an opportunity to long, then this would be a target. And then again, similar story as the previous one. This would be a level.
AVAX, yeah, same as AVAX.
Yeah, as AVAX.
We're playing for the breakout. So where we broke out in terms of the shorts, we broke out on the mid range between the range high and the mid range of the range high and the mid range.
Yeah,
That's pretty much, yeah, literally that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. It's a
it
similar
makes complete
story.
sense. Yeah, it makes complete sense. It's a difficult place right now in the market, man. It's a really, really
It
difficult
is. It
place.
is.
Everything is
It
so
is.
tight. Like if we break out, it was everybody knew we were going to break out. Everybody was calling it, and if we dump, then apparently everybody would have known we were dumping because we continued the downtrend. So, one thing that everybody needs to remember is that when we're trading price like this, if we're looking for longs in a downtrend, first thing that you got to remember is you are counter trending. You're trading against the trend. And for a lot of you guys, you may have heard this saying before, but the trend is your friend, right? It's true.
Yeah.
The trend is your friend. So we've got a comment here. Look, F Architect says it perfectly here. Why bother with it? We're going down more. And you know what I like about this comment in specific, AM? I like this comment because this is kind of how XO thinks. If you're trending towards the downside, then why would you bother longing it to the upside? Why would you put your own sort of energy and your health and your mental capacities onto a long when you could just wait for pullbacks to short it? So the same way right now that we're saying if we break above the range high, maybe if we tap the range low, maybe if we do X, Y, and Z, we could look for a long. It might actually be far easier to just wait for the short to unfold because the liquidity is pushing all the way to the downside. All the stops to the downside are the ones that are being taken. So it's a fantastic comment from F Architect here. I really like that comment.
Yeah, no, it is. I agree with him, like on a macro level, we have been trending on the downside. So I mean, taking a long, like a big long, unless you're scalping, for me right now isn't the way. I think you need to trade what you see and you leave emotions on the side. So I think for now, I'm flat for now, until until I get something a bit more clearer, because this to me has just been really choppy. This has just not been providing anything clear. This is literally the range that we've been playing on. So,
And
I expect it.
the problem is we can't even long and short the range, because if we because we're waiting for a breakout. Imminent breakout is imminent with these downtrending moves. So it's actually quite difficult to tame the market, because we're waiting for consistent breakouts, and at the same time, when we do range, by the time we discover that it's a range, we're
It's
breaking out
broken out,
again.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if you look here, like here, we had a bit of a consolidation on the downside, and then we smashed down, and then we had a bit of consolidation and we smashed up, more consolidation, and then we smashed up again. So, and it was a similar story here as well, more consolidation and then the smash down, and then now we've just had a longer period of consolidation. Am I expecting it to long? Maybe. I mean, if I was to take a short as well, this level here that I marked out, 0.95 cents, it could well and truly just do something like that as well.
yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem. It's so
Yeah,
difficult to make money in this market. Like, it's especially because most people, they're used to just really taking longs. They want to go on spot longs, they want to buy bags, they want to do X, Y, and Z. But the sort of thrusts that we're getting to the upside are so non-existent at the moment.
yeah,
So
they're just
non-existent.
bear market rallies in my opinion. And I think
Yeah,
now's the time, you just to prepare for the bull market and just strengthen your position as much as you can, before the next cycle. If we do get one, who knows? I'll leave that to you and Jay, already long part 3.
yeah,
And
yeah. I
I
mean,
think everyone's
I'll
looking
tell
forward
you
to it.
what, we'll know that we're in the middle of another bull market when I release a rap video. When I'm doing rap videos, we'll know that we're in the middle of the next cycle.
Your
There's no
followers
doubt
will be the
about it.
first to know. Yeah.
Yeah. My followers will be the first to know. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, I tell these guys every day. I tell these guys every time I come live. I keep telling these guys, in the next cycle, we are going to smash it to pieces. We are, because we're here every day. We're focused on crypto, and we're looking at crypto from all angles. We're looking at it from a TA perspective, from a fundamental perspective. We keep up with the news here on the NJ show. There's quite a lot that we do, that we cover. And for me, it will just be difficult. I just don't see us not smashing the next cycle. I completely believe in what this show will do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been watching your shows since they started, I think you had like 5 subscribers or 100 subscribers. And the amount of alpha that you share with these guys, and you have to show some like and appreciation, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure NJ keeps growing his channel, because the more he grows, the more everyone in his community will grow, because he never leaves
100%,
any one of us
100%.
behind.
I appreciate that. I tell you one thing, bro. I tell you one thing. The community that we've got here, the people that join this show every day. I remember, I think it was a month or two ago, I was doing these shows and there were 7 people that were turning up. You know, at some
Yeah,
points we have 100 and something people. Some points we have 50, 60, 70 people. But a couple of months ago, doing the show, 7 people were tuning in to listen to what we had to say, and now. One thing I can say about this community that we've got here, you can look at yourself, look for yourself. If you read the comments, we've got a fantastic,
yeah,
fantastic community that we're building. I hope that whether we're at 3K, whether we're at 300K, 3 million, whatever it is, I just hope that we continue to attract people like the ones that we have today.
yeah,
Yeah, and
100%.
I mean
Couldn't
it. I
agree
mean
more.
it. Like, you guys in the chat, you don't get enough credit, and the reason I say that is because I spend a lot of time on YouTube. I don't really watch Netflix. I don't really watch Disney Plus, or unless I'm going to watch a movie. Yeah, unless I'm going to watch a movie, I don't really watch stuff on those applications. I spend more time on YouTube. and I join live streams as well. I listen to my own podcasts. I listen to my own stuff. And
Yeah,
the,
100.
the live chat, the community in the live chat, they just don't get enough credit. So a massive shout out to everybody in the chat. Y Legend, it's good to see you.
100%.
Thank you for
Yeah.
joining. Nano Gamers, thank you for joining. What are you saying, AM? Can we do one more altcoin before we move on
Yeah,
to
go
other
for it.
stuff?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
which
right.
one?
So what altcoin should we do? All right. Do you know what? Let's do FTM because Estad said please. He did say please. So let's do FTM.
FTM. Okay, let's just
Fotum.
fourth them. You can't even be watching Disney Plus. It's bear market. It's like £30 a month.
Nah, G. You gotta have Disney Plus, man. Disney Plus has all the Marvel, it has all the Star Wars. You have to have that there, bro. It's worth paying the money.
Yeah, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully one of these trades, one of these longs will work out for me.
Just log it.
Okay, so all right, I haven't. Okay, let's have a look at this one. So let's take that level around there, and so I'm just marking out some levels of interest for me. Probably one there, and then let's just say around that level there. So these are just 3 levels that are just breaking down the price action just to make it a little bit easier for me. So this to me looks like a little range. You see this, just been consolidating since June.
Yeah.
If we break down a little bit more in the 4-hourly, sorry. Yeah, so that looks a bit more like a range to trade with. Probably do something like that. Oh, damn. Okay, so based on that, we're just below the mid-range on that range on the 4-hourly. Oh, so again here, if I were to take a trade, I would be waiting for something like this. Break and hold the mid-range, and then possibly this will be 0.75 level TP, and then all out at 0.42. And then the hourly, if you want to break it down a little bit more, yeah, that to me just looks like a downtrend, something like that.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I'm just being completely honest, looking at this chart, seeing you talk about it and whatnot.
Big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, Bev. It's not looking good.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. This looks like the worst one we've seen so far.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we had a bit of support rally up, then we just went all the way down. This is why it's important to take TP along the way. If you had been holding this long from down here, expecting it to hit, I don't know, 46 cents and beyond, you would have just gone stopped out.
Yeah, it's pissed.
You would have ended up back at pissed, and you wouldn't
Yeah.
have been able to watch Disney Plus.
Listen, Disney Plus is a good. We're gonna talk about this when you come over.
Yeah, that's fine, man. You're gonna have to convince me.
No, I'm telling you, Disney. Does anybody in the chat watch Disney Plus? Because I'm a huge Marvel fan. Why am I getting smacked for this? Why am I getting hate for this?
It's bear market, bro. We can't be affording 30 quid a month on Disney Plus. I mean, look, this potentially might be a long. I mean, I wouldn't really take this. I'm not that, yeah. Maybe, TP1 around 34. Oh, damn, that doesn't look great, does it? It's just not something that I would be looking at actively trading over the next few days. Even if it smashes above here and it does that, okay, well played, very nice. But I wouldn't feel like I'm missing out on anything, I think the downside looks a bit more.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really choppy right now. It's really difficult to ascertain what it's going to do. Again, I'm still leaning towards upside, but I don't know if everything's going to get dragged up with Bitcoin. Like if Bitcoin, I tell you what it is. Look, Bitcoin's pushing up right now. right? Well, it's not really. It was pushing up on the 1 hourly.
Yeah.
It looks disgusting. The candle that it's forming, it does. It looks quite disgusting, to be honest. It's very, very difficult to
Yeah.
say. And you know what? It feels like the market's just trying to chop everybody out.
I think it will continue chopping, you know. I think especially with the news coming out during the end of this week, I think we're just going to see a lot of, you know, volatility, a lot of chopping up, chopping down, liquidating people left, right, and center before, you know. I think next week might be a little bit more of a clearer opportunity.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, that is the pretty much all the TA stuff that AM has to offer for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys continue to like, smash, and subscribe. Do everything you can, please, if you don't mind, to help supporting the channel, right? And I'll tell you what, we'll move on to a bit of news. I'm going to share my screen now. AM, you better stick around for this, my friend.
Yeah, I'll be around. I'll be around in the background.
Yeah, I want to hear some of your comments and stuff. So let's move on to a bit of the news. Let's move on to what we've got here. So obviously we've got my chart here. I was looking at Link as well while you were looking at Link too. So let's just have a quick look to see what we've got going on here now. AM, tell us a bit about Doge, bro. Tell us about Doge. Doge, man.
The famous Doge.
You know what, these guys, they remain relevant, and I just don't know how, but they do. I love the fact that the meme industry somehow survives in the bear market. I don't know how they do it, but they do. You know, one thing I'm going to say now, in terms of the bull market, the meme industry is untouched. You know, when we have a bull market and the meme industry starts going wild, oh my god, the amount of money to be made in that. It's
ridiculous, isn't it?
It's genuinely ridiculous, bro. Floki did such wonders for us. Kiba did wonders for us. MRI did wonders. There were other meme coins as well. There were other meme coins as well. Like, really and truly, once Doge and Shiba start going, the amount of memes that, you know, even Shiba, you know what? When Shiba first came out, I didn't actually catch a single pip from Shiba. I didn't make a single penny from it. I was still hating on Doge back then. Yeah, I remember when I hated Doge. Yeah, I was like, why is it?
You hate it with a passion. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was long SRM and SXP, and I was like, why is everyone buying Doge? Why not SRM and SXP? Like, we've actually got fundamentals with SRM and SXP. Why are we long in Doge? And I was looking at SXP, and I was like, oh my god, CZ's into this. The cards come in. CZ's gonna push it. CZ himself invested so much money into SXP. And then Doge was doing like 10, 15x, and SXP wasn't going nowhere. I was a bit upset, man. Yeah. But anyway, so we got Doge here, and the headline here is DOGE-Ethereum bridge expected to go live in 2022. So for me personally, this is actually quite a bullish sign for Doge. For those of you who don't know what a bridge is, a lot of people get confused. They look at this and they think that it's Doge Swap. It's the same thing as Uniswap, but it isn't. It isn't. So a bridge is, to give you guys an example of a bridge, it's being able to swap your tokens that sit on one chain and swap it over to another. So let's say, for example, you've got your Doge tokens, right, that are on the Ethereum chain. Okay, the Ethereum network, sorry, not chain. You've got your Doge tokens on the Ethereum network. You want to convert them to the same Doge tokens, but that sit on the Doge network. Now, how do you do that? You can either send it to an exchange and you can convert it that way, or you can, if you had a bridge, if there was a way to do it quite easy, then you'd have a bridge. You'd be able to connect your wallet to this bridge. You'd be able to just automatically swap your tokens from ETH to Doge, right? And the bridge is what would hold all those Doge tokens. So you'd be able to bat between both chains. So, I mean, this is bullish for Doge. The bidirectional bridge will allow users to move Doge to the Ethereum blockchain and vice versa. The meme coin will be used in smart contracts, decentralized finance protocols, and non-fungible token marketplaces. I mean, you know what, AM? Let me ask you a question, right? And I just want your opinion on this, all right? So we know that memes generate a lot of wealth in the bull market. Would you agree?
Yeah, of course. It's been proven.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, if Doge and Shiba are moving over to sort of a layer 2 solution NFT marketplace type token where you can sort of like a little crypto hub for everybody that's joining, do you think that they're going to get the same relevance? Like, do you think the meme industry will still want to long these tokens? They're not really memes anymore, in it, if they're doing all of these things, right?
No, I mean, if they are doing all these things, it becomes more, it has more use to it, it becomes more functional, a more functional coin that people will eventually, mass migrate to. We saw what happened when NFTs started with on the Ethereum network. It just everyone was buying Ethereum just to be able to trade the NFTs on a specific marketplace. And I think Doge is looking to do the same. Um,
Yeah,
I think when that happens, yeah, we will see some positive movement on Doge. I reckon it will rally. The cheaper fees, faster transaction. They'll have their own marketplace specifically where you can trade your Doge coins for NFTs, and just the fact that it's Doge, people around the world know about Doge more than Solana or AVAX, for example. I think it has legs, this one.
so do you reckon then, because I'm trying to figure this out myself, I'm wondering if meme tokens are evolving, and maybe there are, obviously towards the end of the previous bull market, and
Mm.
even now, we're getting so many of these meme clones, these meme tokens that come out with low liquidity and no real sort of use case, and obviously the fact that it's a meme is what they're dependent on. But I wonder if Doge and Shiba now are evolving what it takes to be a meme token. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I have to agree. I feel like, Doge and Shiba, they were the two, original ones that started off as a meme, and then the community jumped in, and then they've had so much traction, so much publicity, where they're probably thinking, okay, hold on a second, how can we expand from just a meme coin, and how can we keep this going? And I think they've looked at other coins and seen what they've done, and they kind of want to follow in that direction.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It makes sense.
I,
It makes sense. But
yeah,
anyway, I mean, this is something that you guys need to know anyway. It's something that's happening in cryptocurrency, so it's something that we do have to cover. We need to make sure that as we prepare for the next cycle and as we prepare for the end of this bear market, that we are up to date with everything that is going on, and that we are truly crypto experts in the sense of we have our fingers in the news, we've got our fingers dipped into the TA, we've got our fingers dipped into the traditional markets and sort of everything that's going on related to crypto. The next thing that we've got on here today is Singapore High Court recognizes 3 Arrows Capital liquidation order report. So it looks like 3 Arrows have been accepted. Singapore has accepted their Chapter 11 file for bankruptcy, and they're accepting liquidation. So could this be the end of 3 Arrows? Could this be the last story of 3 Arrows? It looks like it potentially will be. Suzu was in the spotlight for a little while. He was on the spotlight for the show for a little while, and it looks like he's going to basically go into the shadows now. I'm sure that there's going to be another 3 Arrows in the future. You
probably
know how
will
it
be.
goes in the next bull market. Everybody who's early for the next bull market, as long as you're growing something, whether it's your YouTube platform, your Twitter account, maybe you're doing a newsletter, maybe you're writing articles or something for the public. Anyone who sort of focuses on building something like that now and tries to take that into the next cycle with them, I think that they will succeed to some degree. And I think when the next cycle does start, if 3 Arrows is not around, there'll be some new VC that's doing all of this stuff, because these guys were born in the bull market. They were just early. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I reckon that there's always going to be a gap in the market where someone's always going to try to take advantage of it. And this 3 Arrows got liquidated, so let's just wait and see which one steps up in the next bull market. For
Yeah,
sure
I
there'll
mean,
be another company.
this guy, bro, he had to he put his house on sale, bro, 35 million.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah,
madness.
yeah. It's mad. It's
Yeah.
mad. And there was like videos as well circulating around Twitter that he was at some club in Dubai, like going mad. I think he was coked up or something. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a bit
I mean,
mad.
if you had to sell your home for 35 million, I think you'll do the same, no?
Yeah, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. Hey,
Yeah.
look at this one, AM. Look at this one. Celsius sues Prime Trust for the return of $17 million. bear
Woo!
market. This is bear market news, my bro. This is bear market
This
news.
is pure
Crypto
bear.
lender Celsius is suing infrastructure provider Prime Trust for the return of $17 million worth of cryptocurrency amid the lender's Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings. So, you know what? To me, bro, it's just if I could sue someone for a bit of money, if anyone in the chat could sue someone for a bit of money, we would. Like, we need the money. We can't afford Disney Plus. We can't afford Netflix. We can't afford this, this recession. No, I'm telling you, this recession is going to be mad. It's going to cost money just to go church. You won't even be able
Mm,
to go church without spending too much on petrol these days. You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%.
Um,
Yeah.
Celsius, I really have no idea how they managed to get back into the headline. I thought a couple of weeks ago that
It was
Celsius would
yeah.
just, there was news that Goldman Sachs was going to try and bail out Celsius because, Celsius was worth 10 billion in terms of market cap in the
Mm,
bull market, right? And then with the Luna collapse happening, Luna and Celsius were so tightly bound. When the Luna collapse happened, I think Luna itself lost 10 billion in valuation. I think Luna was worth 40 billion dollars in market cap. No, I think so.
yeah. It was top 10.
Yeah, so I mean, with Luna being worth so much money and Luna collapsing, I think Luna took out a lot of people with it. And one of those projects happened to be Celsius. But you know what? Now um, Celsius are trying to fight back. They're trying to get some money back. I saw recently, right? I saw recently that a few altcoins are looking for investment, and I find this very bullish. Yeah, I find this very
Mm,
bullish. If Celsius, obviously Celsius have filed for a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, right? So if I highlight that right here, so bankruptcy, as you know, is kind of the most bearish news that we can get in terms of what's going on in cryptocurrency. Like if you've got a project and at any stage in that project you've decided to file for bankruptcy, it kind of means that it didn't really go your way. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Now, there are some projects out there. I think I saw Geek the other day. It was Geek,
On
GEEQ.
Qcoin.
Yeah, Geek, the one on Qcoin. I saw on Twitter the other day. If I just go to their Twitter right now, I'll see if I can even share it. But this is bullish. This is bullish. Hold on, I'll show you. Uh, Obviously, this is not financial advice. Please don't assume that I'm saying go and buy this. But I just want you guys to get an example, because we were doing some FA on the show recently, and we were looking at projects and what they're doing to sort of fulfill the bear market and accumulation phase. And you can see here, look, we're incredibly excited to announce that we've received up to $25 million in funding commitment from Gem Digital Limited, an international digital assets investment firm, to help boost development on the platform. Now, whether or not anybody thinks that it's a good project or not, it's more so that these guys, they don't give a shit whether you think it's good or not. They just need their funds so that they can thrive and survive throughout the bear market. And you know what? Seeing news like this, it automatically puts this on my watch list just because, you know, it shows that they're trying to survive. You've got projects like Celsius, which have filed for bankruptcy, which are now suing for pennies in comparison to what they had, and it's made a headline. As small as this sum is, right, in comparison to what they had, right? It's pennies for them if you think about it. It's not anything that's going to rebuild their infrastructure. This looks like a sort of exit scam, exit liquidity kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like where
Yeah.
we're
To
leaving the
line the
building.
pockets. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's a
So
pocket change. Yeah.
there's a big difference. I wanted to show you guys the difference between, a project that is trying to find their way out of the bear market, and then if you look here, you've got a project that's trying to build super hard in the bear market. Now, again, this is not financial advice. Please don't go and just buy this based off what I'm saying. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because it's good to compare the two. You know,
Mm.
it's good to
Yeah.
see. Exactly. It's good to see who's trying in the bear market and who isn't. I mean, it's the same thing we had Matic the other day, where we're in the middle of the bear market, right? And Matic manages to secure a partnership with Disney. Now, you can hate on Matic all you want, but for me,
That's
Matic
big
is
news.
exactly. It's
That's big
everything that
news.
you
Yeah.
want. It's everything that you want in terms of. Hold on, let me type it in here. Matic Disney. I'll put Disney. Okay, cool. So if I just click on this, um, So if I reject this, again, it's just one of those things. Again, if I refer you back to Celsius, we're suing for 17 million. Meanwhile, Polygon is partnering up with Disney, and Disney would potentially want to use Polygon in the future for any sort of introduction towards cryptocurrency. And for me, really and truly, as much as some people hate Matic and the concept of Matic and whatnot, they will be a player in the next game. In the next cycle, they will be a player. The lower we go on Matic, the more of a buying opportunity, in my personal opinion, only, not financial advice, it becomes, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree with that more, to be honest.
Yeah, so Celsius there, just to wrap up on the Celsius news, at this time, the relationship dissolved. Prime Trust cut off Celsius's access to view its account activity. However, Celsius believes it still owed 398 bitcoins or 196,000 Celsius tokens, 3,740 ETH, and 2,261,000 USDC. The complaint
Oof.
pegged the total of around $17 million. So it's kind of a bit more apparent as to what's happening now. It's kind of like a withdrawal problem, which is ironic because you know what? A couple of months ago, people had their hard-earned money on Celsius, and Celsius, out of nowhere, released a
Collapsed.
statement
Yeah.
released a statement that said we're going to be blocking withdrawals for future until further notice. You know, so
Yeah.
Celsius go ahead and say that we're going to be we're pausing withdrawals until further notice, with no sort of no time for anyone to get their funds off the platform. And now Prime Trust has done the same thing to them, and guess what? Nobody's allowed to sue Celsius, but Celsius is allowed to sue Prime. Fuck them, bro. Pardon my language, but fuck them.
Yeah, it shows that they have no respect for the people and for the public, you know.
Yeah. It goes to show this is probably one of the reasons that Goldman Sachs didn't bail them out. Too much risk because they're
Way
moving
too
like children.
much.
Yeah, man, they're moving like children. You know,
Yeah.
moving along. If we move along, 1/3 of estimated 115 million Indian crypto users concerned about regulations. So look, if anybody's been watching the show, a couple of weeks ago we spoke about this. So India used to be a good hub for cryptocurrency. If you were someone who traded cryptocurrency regularly, and if you were somebody who wanted to have access to your money in an easy fashion, India was a really good place to do that. So you've got countries like Dubai, you've got countries like India. Some say you've got countries like Germany, for instance, that are good for cryptocurrency, that are friendly towards cryptocurrency. But very recently, and this has come out in the bear market, India is introducing 30% crypto tax. Now, this changes the game a little bit, you know, and
That's
because this
big,
isn't,
yeah.
yeah, it's huge. It's
It's
huge. You know,
huge, yeah.
imagine you tell me in the chat, right? Imagine you made $1 million from cryptocurrency. You're there, you're crying, you've got your head in your hands, you're crying, you're hugging your parents, hugging your family. I'm a millionaire now. And then the government sends you a letter saying, yo, we need to like swipe 350K from that, my bro.
Oof, I'd cry again.
It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. It would make you want to leave. So, you know, India is I would say this is very negative news. You know, this is not something that I would you know, Phil says it here. Phil says it perfectly. He says, look, that's not decentralized, you know, and why Legend coming in with oof as well. So I mean,
Mm.
I'm
It's
I'm I'm
unfair on the people.
I'm very disappointed in India. I'm very disappointed. I would have thought that, you know, I mean, I've got respect for the country. Obviously, it's not easy to develop a country, and it's not easy to manage a country with such a large population. But, you know, I kind of had hopes that India would be on crypto side because again, they've got such a large population. If we was to get India to keep these taxes lower, it might inspire the rest of the world to do so as well. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it is what it is. So the latest gauge on the number of users in India comes from cryptocurrency exchange Qcoin, which released the findings of its Into the Cryptoverse India report survey on Tuesday. A key highlight was that around 33% of the survey takers concerned by ambiguous government regulations that could deter potential investors. Security concerns were also evident. So pretty much what we're saying at the moment, where because of all these tax news that's coming out, it's one of those things where we're ending up in a place where even investors that want to come in, it doesn't look so profitable for them because the margins are so wide now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, of course. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it's more risk more than anything, you know, and not everyone will be prepared to put all that risk down. You know, there's so much
Yeah.
uncertainty these days. You just never know.
Yeah, 100%. But AM, do you know what? While I've got you here, let me just take 1 or 2 more minutes of your time, and then we'll wrap up the show. Um, I want to talk to you a little bit about NFTs because I can't educate these people here about NFTs the way that you can. Now, I know you joined crypto, and when you joined crypto, I remember you were very, very, I wouldn't say obsessed, but very passionate about NFTs, you know? Can you
Yeah,
just give me, I want to have a little, it's not formal, not anything. I don't want to put no pressure or anything, but I just want to ask you, what is it about NFTs that make you like them? Because I mean, I know you took around was it 60 grand or somewhere between 60 to 100 grand. I've got an NFT portfolio with you, right?
yeah, you
Um,
do, you do, yeah.
so tell us a little bit here. I want these people to sort of understand why you enjoy NFTs and what you see about NFTs. Because for us in the chat, for me myself personally, for me, an NFT is just a JPEG, really. It's just I understand the unique code behind what an NFT is. I understand the prospect of the unique features that you own when you're owning that code. But really and truly, like Pudgy Penguins as an example, I bought it, I flipped it for 3x. I didn't really hold it. And I always miss my Pudgy Penguin, but not because of the penguin itself. I miss it because of the times that it reminds me of. So tell us a little bit here about what you see in NFTs and what you think about NFTs.
Yeah, so the thing is, like you said, you know, when I came across crypto at first, it was NFTs that actually appealed to me the most, you know. It's not just a JPEG, you know, when you buy an NFT, you own that specific coding behind the NFT, you know, behind that non-fungible token. So the thinking behind NFTs was more of, okay, so not everyone knows how to trade, not everyone in the public knows anything about cryptocurrency, but hey, if we design an image and call it an NFT and make it easy for people to buy and sell, then hold on a second, that's another market. That's another target that we can look into. And with these NFTs, you know, a lot of them, yes, of course, you know, a lot of them are can be scams, but at the same time, you need to be very careful in how you approach buying an NFT. There's certain, you know, red flags and factors that you need to take into consideration when you're buying an NFT. You need to, for example, you know, off the top of my head, when I'm buying into a new NFT, I need to know, I look and see who's behind the NFT, who's creating that NFT. Are they doxed? If they're doxed, then you know that gives me a little bit more peace when I'm buying the NFT. Is the project owner behind that NFT? Is he linked with any other project that, you know, rugged or that did well? And every NFT project always will have a roadmap. You know, like Bored Apes. I remember when Bored Apes was minted last year or a year and a half ago. It was minted for like 0.02 of an ETH. You know, no one expected it to run the way it did, become the branding. Now they've got merchandise. Now they've got, you know, restaurants opening up all over America. And we saw the same thing with CryptoPunks as well. But I think since the start of the NFT craze, as I like to call it, like over the past 18 months, I reckon nowadays it's moving slightly away from just the JPEGs. It's become more artists are becoming involved, or now they're making music NFTs, NFTs like the doodles. You know, the floor went up to 30 ETH. And then how did they adapt? They adapted by making your doodle image move. You know, they made it animated. And now Ethereum is they introduced the ENS domains, which is now, you know, just become worldwide. So I think NFTs, you know, I wasn't a fan of them, and then, you know, I saw your Pudgy Penguin, and that changed everything. The one with the snow, the Christmas hat.
I miss my Pudgy Penguins, man. I really miss them, but I'm I think it's not the pudgy penguins that I miss. I think it's the memories that are associated with it. That was early on in the bull market, and
It was, but
yeah,
you know, over the past 48 hours, a pudgy penguin was sold for 400 ETH.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
what can I say? I've let myself down a little bit in that from that perspective. You know what? At the end of the day, it's good for these guys to see me make a mistake too, because I can't get everything right. At the end of the day, we're all
of
on this
course.
crypto journey together. But do you know what? Tell me a bit about crypto punks. Tell me a bit about rare pepes, a bit about curio cards, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so you know, with these NFTs, you have NFTs that were created, you know, over the past few weeks. One might have created yesterday, one was created last year. But that's the whole point of digging deep into a project before you buy in, you know. If you dig deep, you'll see that rare pepes were actually made in 2015, 2016. Um, and now, because you know we're 6 years down the line, 7 years down the line, and now they're classified as historical artwork, you know, which is now being able to be traded as an NFT. So it's a similar concept with the curio cards. These were the first ever NFTs, you know, that made it onto was it Christie's auction? I think it was. Um,
I think there's two. There's two. There's one that you spoke about, Christie's, and there's another one that you spoke about as well called Sotheby's or something like
yeah,
that.
Sotheby's. Yeah, so you know, curio cards and rare pepes, they both made their appearance on these high value auction places, and it just shows you that, you know, people don't just see these as NFTs; they see these as artworks with great value. And if you're early enough, you know, if you're willing to take a gamble and risk what you can afford, some of them can pay off. You know, I've invested in a lot of NFTs that have gone to zero. You know, I'm still holding them, um, because at the end of the day, NFT is down to trading. You know, the greater the demand is, the higher the price. It's a similar story with Bored Apes and CryptoPunks and Rare Pepes. Your portfolio of NFTs hold a couple of Rare Pepes, um, which I think are going to be big value over the next few years. So
So do you think, I mean, that's a good question. That kind of is an excellent segue into my next question. Sorry. Do you think NFTs will have a role to play in the next cycle that we do have? Like assuming that the next cycle is maybe a year and a half to 2 years away, right? I think it's less than 2 years, but definitely a year and a half, right?
yeah,
If we say a year and a half before we exit the bear market and when we're doing X, Y, and Z, do you think NFTs will be back to play a sort of wider game in the next cycle, or do you think that they'll die down?
no, I don't see them dying down. I know I have a feeling, you know, that they are going to be here for the long term. I mean, you know, after Ethereum produced the NFTs, we saw Solana creating their NFTs on their platform. Then we saw AVAX creating their NFTs, and now Doge are looking to get into NFTs. I think NFTs are going to be around now for like the foreseeable future. It's just how they adapt, um, to, you know, just still JPEGs to now incorporating music. Snoop Dogg is, you know, is releasing his own music NFTs. Wiz Khalifa is also, so they're getting celebrities, they're getting, you know, recognition around the world. To some people, you know, it seems very, very silly, you know, buying a JPEG. But at the end of the day, a lot of those people have been wrong. So I think they will be here over the next cycle.
I want to ask you a question, yeah. Like say for instance, you go to one of these fancy people's houses, right? And then they're taking you you know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah,
take you on a tour around their house and they're like, yeah, like you're sipping a bit of whatever you're sipping. And then they're showing you artwork on their wall, like some expensive painting or some expensive frame that they've bought. And these people who really appreciate art appreciation, I think is what it's actually called.
yeah.
And they sit in front of this thingamabob, this painting, and they'll be looking at it and they'll be like, this makes me feel like this and this makes me feel like that, and I love the way that the contrast is from here to here. Do you think that could be related to what NFTs are, or do you think that it's something completely different?
No, I think it is related. You know, I think we've already seen that these days with people that have bought their bored apes and have made, you know, canvases and posted it on their walls and made it into a natural brand. But I also think that when in terms of the NFTs, they will be here. You know, there's also websites and projects now where you can create and share your NFT portfolio in the metaverse. You know, I think in the next couple months, you'll see more and more people on Twitter sharing their ban on the actual Twitter homepage in order just to showcase their NFT portfolio without having to see it in person, if that makes sense, you know.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Sorry, let me just get this knob out the chat. These bots, these
Yeah.
bots come into the chat and they go mad. But yeah, I mean, okay, all right. I wanted to get your take on NFTs. I am conscious of time here. I wanted to get your take on NFTs, and I feel like we've done that. So, you know what, Crypto AM, thank you so much for tuning into the show. I really appreciate your insight. I'm sure all of these people here who have stayed to the end of the show appreciate your insights too. Want to just say a massive thank you for joining, and answer the question if you can, but will you be back on the NJ show for more alpha?
It depends on the fans. If they want me back, if they want me back on the show, then drop a like, subscribe, set the alarm bells, and maybe NJ will have me back soon.
Definitely. I can definitely see Crypto AM coming back on the show and giving you guys some more alpha. So thank you very much, Crypto AM, for joining the show. I'll see you on the next one. And to all you lovely people here on the show, thank you so much for your consistent support. Thank you for helping us grow the community that we're growing. If you can, please subscribe to the content. We are on our way to 4K subscribers. Share it with your friends. Share it with your people. Make sure you're following CryptoAM17 on Twitter. So if you go to Twitter, type in CryptoAM17, you'll find his profile. He's well on his way to 4,000 subscribers as well, and he's working very, very hard to build in this bear market. So definitely show him some love. And finally, a thank you from me as well. Okay, please do like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the NJ Show with, hopefully, Crypto Burb. So take care, everyone. Have a lovely, lovely day. Okay? Cheers.